I'm Charisse.
And I'm Holly.
And we're going to talk about modesty today.
Let's do.
Let me tell you about my experience with modesty when I was a child. Cover up to the bottom of your chin.
Well, your mom, I'm sure, had very strong feelings about modesty.
Yes, everything's dirty. It's all yucky. And you shouldn't see it and touch it. And you shouldn't let anybody else see it or touch it.
How'd that work for you?
I didn't like it so much. And no, you know what? It really did. I was like, my mom did shame us into it's all dirty and it's disgusting and it's yuck and your body's yuck. And ew, who would want to see that? I'm like, Mommy, when can I shave the hair off my nipples? Anyways, why does my pubic hair go to my knees? Why am I having facial hair? No, that really wasn't how it was, but I am part Hispanic, so I do know what hair is. Let's just be clear.
Do you really want that to be on YouTube?
Sure.
Okay. Was it really that it was dirty and nasty?
I think just dirty, from the pornographic dirty. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't like your body's ugly. It wasn't like it wasn't ugly. Your body wasn't ugly, but it was dirty.
So she was probably doing it because she thought it was protecting you.
Right.
And I think sometimes our parents with good intentions did things that hurt the way we thought about our bodies, but they were doing it, they thought, to protect us. And girls are so sensitive about how they think about their bodies anyway. I mean, at some point, every girl starts to compare themselves a little bit, which is so sad. And it honestly goes on through the rest of most women's adult lives, where they compare what they look like to other women, like somehow in any way that's going to do any good. Whether you think you look better in some way or worse in some way, it's all damaging to your psyche to be constantly in that comparison mode.
Right.
And really, honestly, there's very little you can do about it. So like Charisse, some of you may just naturally be modest.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like myself or my daughter, you just might be naturally
and
modest.
Being proud of your body is a good thing. Thinking in healthy ways about your beauty is a good thing. But being willing to show it to anybody willing to look
is not a good thing.
That's not really a healthy way to approach your sexuality. And modesty is really about protecting your beauty. What makes you powerful, to some extent, is your beauty. That's part of it. But it's also how smart you are and how talented you are and, the parts of you that make you specifically you.
And if you know how to use nunchucks really well, that can give you some power. Muffin top?
Not sexy.
Let me just say there's some fashions that might not fit your body type as well as other fashions. And because everybody's wearing it and you want to wear it, if it's not your body type, it shouldn't be worn.
Right.
Is that good to say it like that?
Yes, and there are girls that are thin, but that because of the way that they're built when they wear the really low-rise jeans, it can make them look bigger than what they should even look.
That's true.
And they don't want to look bigger, but they want to wear those jeans. And the point is that you should wear the things that make you look beautiful, not just the thing that's in, right?
Right, because we all have different body types.
Yes.
We all do.
Boys are so visual, and if you're wanting to show them stuff, they're happy to look.
Right.
You go to school and you're wearing the very, very short shorts and you're wearing very, very tight shirts, and this is a regular thing for you to make sure that the boys give you lots and lots of attention. They're thinking she wants lots of attention because she's willing to do more than some of the other girls.
That is true.
That's what they're thinking.
That is true.
And so there will be and it doesn't mean that the boys aren't going to date the girl who is covering up or is a little bit more modest, because they will absolutely date her. But they will date her for different reasons than they're dating the girl in the Daisy Dukes.
Right.
And so you have to decide, are you the Daisy Duke to Scroll girl, or are you the girl that has a super cute outfit on, but that is saying, no, my body and my beauty is something that I protect.
Right.
That's what you have to decide. So we wanted to give you some ideas on what modesty might...
On fashion.
What modesty might look like. You probably don't really want to take fashion advice from 40-year-old women. But we can still give you some clear ideas. So one thing is, you don't live life standing straight up looking in a mirror. And that's the way you look at yourself before you go to school. And so you need to do things like move around and look in the mirror. Seriously. Because if you have a shirt that's kind of a low V and you bend over to pick up something from your locker, what can a guy see? So if you just how long does it take? 2 seconds.
So
go in front of your full-length mirror, bend over like you're picking something up, and are they getting an eyeful? And if they are, you need to put a tank top underneath that shirt.
And then look in the back. And if they're getting a crack full, maybe you need to pull the pants up or wear a belt.
You need to bend down, and you need to see what can they see. And it doesn't matter.
Or sometimes if you have, like, the camisoles, like, underneath, like, you know, if you had a camisole underneath that's long enough, you can tuck that into your jeans, right? And so that when you do bend over, no crackage.
Right, and wear the long, don't get some little cropped tank top thing. Buy the tank tops that are fitted and, form-fitting, but is like that layering effect that all the girls wear, so that it can pull down longer. So if you realize, oh my gosh, I bought these jeans, I thought they were okay, but maybe I'm growing a little bit, you can wear the longer tank top and just pull it down and know that you're covered.
Or if you drop something, kick it far enough away that nobody's going to see you pick it up.
Make your friend pick it up who's dressed modestly that way. If you sit down, you cross your legs and you can see underwear, you need to get a different pair of shorts. They're too tight. If you raise your arms and you can see your tummy, you need to wear a tank top underneath your shirt. It's too short.
Mm-hmm. She's got a good point.
In the dressing room is the best place to do those modesty checks, too. Because it's easy to put something on, and because it's new, you're kind of like, oh, it's new and I kind of like it, and that's really cute. And then you get home and you find all the problems with it. So when you're in the dressing room, do the bending over thing. Oh my gosh, what am I going to have to wear with this to make it acceptable?
And if you're doing this, if you put something on and you're like continually like pulling it back or pulling it down or shifting it, you get it. It's not fun. It's not worth it.
No, this happens a lot. If you're wearing tank tops and people can see your bra, that's not being modest.
But that's almost the style. I see it a lot, and I think it's not. I don't like it myself, but I see it a lot, and But a lot of people are doing it.
Sometimes in the summertime, when it's hot, I will see girls that have the clear straps.
Yeah, those are,
I'm okay with those. So the ones that are see-through, and maybe you just see a little bit, like right here or something like that. But
if you have the big, thick straps like this,
the big mama thick straps,
and they're hanging out, that's not cool.
In general, don't buy things or wear things where you can see your bra. If you can't figure out a way to wear a bra with it or a tankini underneath it or something, then that shirt is not modest enough. And you don't need to see your undergarments. You don't need to see your underwear. If we're seeing underwear, it is not the right garment for you. Okay, so our culture tells us that it's okay. In fact, it's freedom to just share your body with just anybody.
Right.
Show it off and share it with anyone. So since the whole world and almost every influence that you have is probably telling you that, you probably have girlfriends doing stuff with their boyfriends and telling you need a boyfriend and you need to be doing X, Y, and Z with your boyfriend, and this is how you'll get a boyfriend is by looking a certain way and everything else. It certainly couldn't hurt for you to have a different point of view. Maybe you could hear it from us, which is that every girl is a beautiful, amazing creation. And you were created to look just like you do, not just with your external beauty, but with your internal beauty. And that is a treasure that's worth protecting. And that doesn't mean that you can't love who you are or love the way you look or want other people to see you as beautiful. You can be all of those things and do all of those things. But I think it needs to come from a place where you already feel whole and beautiful and realize your worth inside of you, and that you're not always looking for someone externally to validate that you're good enough and beautiful enough and amazing, because you already are those things. You don't have to do anything to earn that. You are simply because you were born.
And I think if you see it as that, like it's yours to protect and treasure, that you won't let people take advantage of it.
That's a very good point, because honestly, it's easy for any girl, regardless of what she looks like. She does not have to be fabulously beautiful to get a lot of attention from boys. There's a vibe you put out, and you put on, the very skimpy, very sexual clothing, and you go out and you put a vibe out, and I guarantee you will have 20 guys following on your trail.
That's true.
But what you want is the guy who's going to look at you and go, oh, I want to get to know her. I want to know who she is. And not the guy who says, oh, there's 20 other guys following after her. I'm going to follow after her too, because when they're done with her, I'll get her.
Yeah, because that's easy.
So I'm Holly.
And I'm Charisse.
And thank you for tuning in to the Modesty channel.
Where we will show you how to be modest, and if you don't want to learn that. If you
If
don't want to be modest, just do everything opposite what we said.
Hasta
La vista. Peace out.